Welcome to the Letting Go live stream. This is the A Course in Miracles Workbook series. And this lesson today is a favorite. It's I place the future in the hands of God. We're reviewing lesson 194. So we're still reviewing this every single day. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I place the future in the hands of God. The past is gone, the future is not yet. Now I am freed from both, for what God gives can only be for good. And I accept but what he gives as what belongs to me. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. Oh, huge, huge opportunity here to get out of the way. All this mentalization, all these feelings, just turning it over. I place the future in the hands of God. So much fear has to do with what might happen in the future. It's pretty cool because the last couple of sessions we had in Letting Go University, we were looking at in the 12-step program, step 3 is I made a decision to turn my will and my life over to the care of God. And we were reading Discovery of the Presence of God by Dr. David R. Hawkins, and talking about the divine will and turning what happens when we invoke spiritual will, get out of self-will, small self-will. And so just all this coming together, like, this seems like a pretty good idea to place the future in the hands of God. Now, what's good for the spirit, the ego might panic, might freak out. And there's a whole lot of positionalities. Like I know I used to have a lot of belief systems about like, well, if I turn things over to God, then I'll never have sex again, or I'll never have any money, and so on and so forth. All these fears, notice what those have to do with. I'm a body. I am not free. I am still bodily. Well, what's being suggested here? I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. I don't need to worry about what happens with this body. It will be handled for me if I place the future in the hands of God. And why do I assume what is this negativity and this fear, this pessimism that insists that somehow God wants to punish me or have me suffer if I turn my will and my life over to him? It's insane. All these conceptions of a punitive, punishing God come from the bottom of the map of consciousness. It's negativity, it's fear, it's anger, it's guilt and shame. And from that energy, I project that onto the future as if that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. If I am not a body and I am free, and I'm still as God created me, then I don't need to worry about what happens with this body. But it says in the Course that this is as best as I understand it, I don't know what it actually says, that don't worry, the body's going to be taken care of. If it still has a use and a function here to go about with these other people who still believe in bodies and that's what things are, then it'll be maintained and it will be used. When it has no more use, it will be laid down, and yet you'll be fine because you are not a body, you are free. You are still as God created you. So let's place the future in the hands of God today, if we will. It's just a choice. It's just a choice. But when doing so, there might be some feelings that come up. Whoop, surprise, fear, guilt, sin, bad, wrong, maybe not going way ego wants, not how I want it to go. That's okay. It happens. It happens. We all experience these feelings until we release them And so that's what we're doing here in Letting Go University. We're letting go of negative feelings and placing our futures in the hands of God, in the hands of a higher context, in the hands of an infinite field, in the hands of love. Letting go of worshiping fear and turning our focus and our attention to love. So let's do some releasing. I am not a body. I am free. I am still as God created me. I place the future in the hands of God. And this very idea, when applied consistently, has the power to shake all suffering, all pain, all fear. And just even thinking of placing the future in the hands of God can seem scary if I'm carrying fear. So, considering making this choice to place the future in the hands of God, what comes up for you other than joy, other than love? That's what I personally believe the hands of God deliver. And yet my ego's like, no, can't do that. Every time I've done it, things have gone swell. Even if many things that I thought I needed and wanted fell away. Turns out it just got better and better. But no, can't place the future in the hands of God. You got any no's with placing the future in the hands of God? And that's okay. Could you open up and allow that up? How does it feel to be saying no or fearing the hands of God being in charge of your future? Placing your future in the hands of God. Can you feel that resistance? Anything that comes up for you? Any wisps of negativity, doubt, fear? And what if it was just a feeling? Could you welcome that feeling? Could you allow that feeling to be there and just be releasing it? Just allowing that energy to come up, to move, just surrendering it, turning it over. Could you let go of resisting placing your future in the hands of God? It's just a choice. And it's quite imaginative and vain to believe that anything else is possible. And yet, still, the ego insists, no, I'm in control. I'm doing these things. Okay, ego, I get it. That's what you think. You're just doing what you do. And still, I place the future in the hands of God. Will you place the future in the hands of God? It's just a choice. And does any resistance come up? Any fear? Any anxiety? Any doubt or guilt or shame? Anything could come up. Right? I'll place the future in the hands of God. That's okay. Just allowing any fear, any wanting control, any wanting security. Could you just allow up any resistance to placing the future in the hands of God? How does that feel? Could you let this feeling stir from storage? Open it up. Feel that feeling, ignoring the thoughts on that feeling frequency. And just letting this feeling go. Could you let it go and place the future in the hands of God? Would you let it go? If you could, and place the future in the hands of God. When could you let it go? Now? Just a chance for now. You are not a body, you are free, for you are still as God created you. Will you place the future in the hands of God? Did you realize the past is gone and the future is not yet? And now you are freed from both? If you would just accept but what God gives as what belongs to you. And could you allow yourself to notice any resistance to accepting what God gives in the future and now? That might not be what I want. Oh, yeah, see, okay. I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. The ego dwells purely in body associations. What God gives can only be for good. And could you notice any resistance, any denial, any refusal of what God gives when you place your future in His hands? Can you allow that? Can you notice that? Can you feel that? Just letting this stuff move. I don't need to judge it as negative or positive. Just a feeling, just some resistance to accepting what God has for me in the future and now. God has for you in the future and now. Just letting any more of that feeling come up, letting it move, and could you let it go? Release it. Would you let go of this feeling and accept but what God gives you in the future? When could you let go of the resistance to placing the future in the hands of God? I am not a body, I am free, for I am still as God created me. I place the future in the hands of God. Is that a yes for you? Even if you say yes, I place the future in the hands of God, is there any, I don't know? It's okay. Maybe you're just in the yes of placing in the future all of God's deliverance for you. And perhaps there's some resistance. There's some fear placing the future in the hands of God, accepting the gifts, what He gives you as only good. There could be some resistance there, some stories, some nightmares. Could you go behind any thoughts and imaginations of there having anything to fear about placing your future in the hands of God? And just notice that feeling. Could you just experience that feeling nothing to modify or change. Just allowing that feeling to dissipate, to move. Just for now. Ignoring the thoughts, just letting this feeling be relinquished. Just experiencing it. The only reason it gets stuck is resisting it and thinking about it. Could you just experience this feeling? That is releasing it. Could you release it? Would you release it? When could you release any fear or resistance to placing the future in the hands of God? Mm. And it takes what it takes. No rush. Even you're letting go, even you're releasing, placing the future in the hands of God. And let's just take something you're not placing in the hands of God in the future. If there's anything like that, could have to do with work, could have to do with relationships, could have to do with a lot of bodily stuff. Like, if I am not a body and I am free, for I am still as God created me, could I place all my concerns about the future and what's going to happen with this body and the bodily stuff in the hands of God? What about what is that thing you've been concerned about that has to do with the body? Money, sex, relationships, health? Would you turn that over to him? Place the future in the hands of God? And can you notice any wanting to control it, not give it over? Well, God might not give me what I want here. Okay. Can you notice that feeling? What's the feeling behind doubting God and His giving you only what is good in complete freedom as you place your future in His hands? Could you allow up that feeling, that whatever it is? You don't need to name a feeling to feel it. Could you allow that feeling to come up? Let it be there. And could you let it go? Turn this feeling over. Would you let go of this concern for the body and place the body's future in the hands of God? When could you let go and let God have your future in His hands? Anything that might happen with a body, anything that might happen with the truth of you, when could you let go and place the future in His hands? It's always just a choice. Gosh, you might even like this idea. I like this idea of placing the future in the hands of God. But what's going to happen to the body? Oh, it says I'm not a body. Yeah, they say it again and again here in this book. I'm not a body. I am free, for I'm still as God created me. Placing the future in the hands of God. Okay, sounds sweet. Like that. But what's going to happen to the body? What about the bank account? What about my family? What about sex? What about health? Is that going to be in my future if I turn it over to God? Are the things I want going to be in the future if I turn it over to Him? Maybe, maybe not. Oh, oh, oh. Are you willing to place the future in the hands of God anyway? Presume He gives what is only good for you, even if the ego doesn't like it? And so, can you notice any resistance to turning it all over to God? And this is nothing to judge or moralize about unless you want to. Don't need to stack guilt on it. What if it's just a feeling? What if it's a very common feeling? It's not even your feeling. There's all kinds of bodies running around feeling the same thing, thinking the same thoughts. What if they're not your thoughts? What if it's just feelings and thoughts? And could you just be releasing any holdback on turning your future over to Him? Any feeling other than love and joy, essentially, of turning the future over to Him, could you just acknowledge that feeling? It's great. It's beneficial to let this feeling up and let it move and be releasing it. Because what's left? The love and joy of the future that awaits you in the hands of God. So could you just allow any negative feeling to come up, to run, just experiencing it for a moment? Nothing to change about it, modify about it. Relinquishing this feeling, releasing this feeling, allowing it, turning it over, releasing. Could you even place this releasing in the hands of God? Surrender, turn it over to Him. Would you surrender this emotion, this hold back to turning your future over to Him, to God? Turn it over. When could this and everything else that happens for you become an opportunity of surrender, turning it over to the hands of God? It's just a choice. You are not a body, you are free, for you are still as God created you. Will you place the future in the hands of God? Nice idea. I like it. And ego panic. But what will I eat? Where will I go? Where will I stay? What about my job? My family? The body, the body, the body. What about the body? Is the body going to be okay? And all the stuff it does with other bodies? Is that going to be okay? So, these concerns will come up in making the choice to turn one's will and one's life over to the care of God. It's perfectly fine. Could you allow the feeling behind such concerns? It's okay to feel afraid. It's okay to feel skeptical. It's okay. Fighting it makes it real. Could you just allow this feeling to come up? Let it be there. All negative feelings pass if you just experience them out. Could you allow yourself to experience this feeling, just ignoring the thoughts, ignoring any attempts to do anything with the feeling? Could you simply allow that feeling to be there, letting it run itself out, essentially placing this feeling's future in the hands of God? Could you surrender this feeling? Just turn it over to God. The thoughts about the feeling, would you surrender the thoughts and the feeling to the hands of God? When could you surrender this feeling, the thoughts about it, any trying to do anything with it, to the hands of God? And place this and all your future in the hands of God. Everything, everything in the hands of God? Shouldn't I still control stuff? You are free. You may attempt to maintain some illusory control. And you may also place the future in the hands of God in entirety, all of it. And maybe just trying that out. What about just surrendering the body and its bodily concerns, surrendering enslavement, and surrendering being anything other than as God created you, and surrendering and placing the future in the hands of God? Will you just do it? Be it surrendered to the hands of God, your future? The past gone, the future not yet, freed from both? God giving only for good? Accepting that what He gives is what belongs to you in entirety? What about just everything, placing everything in the hands of God? The future in the hands of God. Could you? Would you? It's just a choice. When could you place the future in the hands of God? All of it. Every detail. And what He gives you in the future, you will gladly give, for you have received freely. And whatever happens with this body, wherever it goes, that's in God's hands. Whatever happens with you, Son of God, that's what happens. It's in God's hands. And it's okay. There may be further ego attempts to separate yourself from God's gentle holding of you, wholeness of love everywhere you go. Could you just continue surrendering, letting go, releasing, and enjoy your future in His hands, placing your future in the hands of God, free of a body as God created you? thank you for your service. All glory to God in the highest. Amen.